Hello and welcome. This is Iberkane and I am back with another update and a playable alpha build for Europa Explorer. I've been focused on creating a test map that will have a variety of things to explore and working on some of the low-level stuff needed to make that happen. I want to start this video by going over the new vision mode that was added. Analysis mode displays the world in a grayscale and highlights things like surface features and materials that you can interact with. Anything that is not a part of the terrain will be highlighted based on the new color index chart. There is also a new mode in the hand lens to gather some basic information about any specific surface feature. Sample and material collection functions now also default to the new vision mode. Sample collection from a surface feature requires it first be observed by the hand lens now. The other new thing that was added to the probe is the ability to collect a water sample. This is a new mode for the sample collection suite, which also defaults to the new analysis vision mode. Left clicking extends a small grabber with a container and it collects a sample of water from just out in front of the probe. I made a new set of arm animations and a new tool animation to pull this off. The meat of this update is about the world and the things to find when you are out exploring. The demo area is a single map divided into 4 different biomes. You begin on the top left corner of the map in an icy region. The top right corner is a free-floating rocky area. Each region of the map will eventually be populated with a variety of things to explore, but currently only these 2 areas have been worked on. The world objects break down into water features, surface features, subsurface features, and materials. Water features may be the most interesting. These are pockets of liquid or gas contained under the ocean where the rules may be a little different. One of the important things to know is that your optical vision does not penetrate the boundary between the regular ocean and the water feature, but if you can get your camera on the other side, then it will work. Air pockets even give the optical sensors a boost to their range. Surface features ended up being the most complicated part because this is a catch-all object for everything that may be on the surface of the terrain that is not actually a part of the terrain. I ended up creating a flag system where any specific feature may have any number of different options. This allows me to do things like prevent you from grappling or collecting samples, or playing animations based on specific triggers, and each surface feature can be configured differently. The surface features are all categorized as either mineral, organic rich, plant life, or biological, which will tie in with the new vision mode. More categories may be added later on. Subsurface features influence the terrain data you collect. These features may sometimes be visible to the optical scanners, such as this area, but they may also be completely hidden and only detectable using science instruments. I also introduced a new option for subsurface features to be defined as a line segment instead of a point. This allows me to do things like have a gradient under the surface where the geology gradually changes as you go deeper. There is also now a feature spawning system. Currently is only used to spawn random subsurface features of varying size and intensity, but I plan to expand on that later on to allow it to spawn surface features also to add a bit of randomness to the world. A future update will introduce creatures as something that can inhabit the biomes, and they will have the ability to move around and dynamically react to the player. On to other things I did since the last update. The hand lens was reworked to use a polygon area instead of just a radius around a point. It was very difficult to get all the tiles revealed the way you wanted, and the new method solves that issue. You can now rebound off the edge of the map. It's not a perfect solution to this issue, but it will work for the moment to keep the player from getting lost off the screen. I added a companion message system. The probe will randomly talk to you now. Currently, it only has a small chance to display when you observe a surface feature with the analysis hand lens. It will also comment sometimes when an error message gets thrown up. I plan to expand on this over time and give the probe a bit of personality. This is also going to be one of the ways in which I communicate story elements to the player. The backdrop layer had to be split off from the terrain layer so that I could sandwich terrain features between the two. It is a transparent change to the user, but it took a bit of work to figure out, and then it took a bit more work to get everything working again after I changed it. The music controller now has a shuffle toggle button, so it will randomly play tracks on the current playlist if you want. The escape button will close any pop-ups that are open, and it will open the new pause menu. It does pause the game and fades the music a little bit. The save load system does work. It only uses a single slot for the moment. The feedback and bug report buttons load a web page in-game, which you can then use to let me know if you like the game and if you have any problems. And lastly, I moved away from SoundCloud over to AudioMac. Their platform is a little bit of a better fit for what I needed. The links have been updated and you can find it in the description. I will be back in a couple weeks with another update that will add the home base into the game so that you can do something with all the samples and materials that you collect. And thank you for watching.